what will happen to what will be the shape of world economy in, let's say, 2047?
Well, it's a huge subject, isn't it? Am I live?
Yeah.
I'm live
Yes,
on that.
yes.
Good. It's a huge subject, and we always get the future wrong. But I think that we can be very certain that the number 3 issue is no question. We can be very certain, I think, that the United States will remain dominant through the next generation. Every time people doubt how the US is performing, it surprises us. And it surprised us now in the creation of technology. You know, AI, just in the last 2 years, changes everything. I think the next question, the really interesting one, is how fast does China fade? In shorthand, China is the great manufacturing economy of the emerging world. India is the great services economy of the emerging world. And I think that there are 2 reasons why China will probably fade relative to India in the next few years. One is this point that there is pushback globally against trade in goods, but trade in services, there is much less pushback. Indeed, it is growing, and that's a potential strength. The second is demography. Very simply, if you don't need to be a whiz at maths, that if you have the birth rates that are now pertaining in Shanghai, that's 0.6 babies per mum on average, something like that, and indeed in the rest of China, this population will fall very fast. And if you look at this combination of pushback against China and falling population, I think you can create the possibility that at some stage in the second half of this century, actually, it won't be a question of India number 3, it'll be a question of India number 2.
Which side is your conviction higher? India at number 2 or India at number 3 in the second half of this century?
Exactly. I mean, I think the US remains number 1. By the end of this century, India will certainly be as large as an economy as China. Now, whether it's just ahead, just behind, I don't think that matters. I think the big point is that we should all be bulls of India.
All right. Sir.